Hey Astro fam, Kitana here and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my Astro community.
Business change, yeah, I like I ain't all this. Getting money at my main focus.
And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys your hidden talents based on your zodiac signs. Now, each and every single zodiac sign has their gifts, they have their talents, they have their strengths, they have what they're good at. And in this video, I'm going to tell you guys what exactly that is. So I'm going to get right into it. Now this video can apply to your sun, moon, rising, or north node, so just watch whatever applies, watch every single one of those, just to get a good idea of what you're good at in this life. Okay, so let's start with Aries. So when it comes to Aries, your strength in life is that you are a leader, you're an innovator, you're the inventor, you are the pioneer. And with Aries, I feel like your biggest strength in life is that you're just like the epitome of a leader. You're not afraid to start things. You're not afraid to initiate things. You are a cardinal sign. You start things, right? Don't just finish things, but you aren't afraid to start them too. And one of your greatest skills and your greatest assets is the ability to take action. Like I said, you're not afraid to start things. You're a very action-oriented sign. This is your gift. This is your talent. If you don't know it already, here's your clue. Here's your sign. You are skilled at taking action. Where other people fail to take action, where other people just think about things, don't do them, they procrastinate, you don't. You take action. You're the fire starter. You're not afraid to. And I will say that your hidden talent, or the talent that I really want you guys to be aware of, is you are built for success. And I say this because Aries are known for, there's challenges you face in life. You're not afraid to take on a challenge. But the thing is, the difference between like successful people and like people who are not successful are people who take those challenges in stride, learn from them, and get even stronger because of them. And Aries placements have that talent specifically. Like I said, you know how to gain success in your life. You will be very successful in your life. You are like built for being an entrepreneur too, starting your own business, right? And you're destined for success because you know what failure is. You know what it feels like to get knocked down and get back up. And that's really your key. That's really your talent in this life, is the ability to be knocked down on your feet, on your back, and get back up and start all over again and be successful after your failures. Have triumph after your tragedies. So yeah, overall, Aries, your talent is that you are built for success. You don't let failure stop you. You are action-oriented. You are the leader. You're built for being an entrepreneur. I tell this to Aries placements all the time. I tell this to Aries midheaven. I tell this to Aries north node. You're built to start your own business. You're not made to work for anyone, like straight up. That's just the truth. So if you're watching this and you have some Aries placements, go start your own business. I know you have ideas. Go start it now. This is your sign. And you're just meant to do so many great things. You're meant for success. Like I said, you're meant to start your own business. You're meant to create something that hasn't been done before. And you have the skill set, you have the power, you have the talent to do so. Okay, so let's talk about the hidden talents of Taurus. So Taurus, right away, your sign, you are the master builders. And what I mean by this is that you have the ability to build and cultivate literally anything. You can build a business, you can build a relationship, you can build success, you can build a home, you can literally physically build things too. But metaphorically, you guys are the builders, right? And your biggest skill is this ability to have so much determination. I think we sleep on Taurus's ability to achieve their goals, right? We think Taurus are lazy and blah, blah, blah. Taurus are not lazy. Taurus take their time. They have a plan. They have a goal. They have They have a strategy that they're going to achieve. And the thing is, the unique thing about Taurus is that they have the determination to do so. I think every single sign has the ability to like make a plan and do it, right? But I think that Taurus have the unique talent of seeing that plan through, of going through every single step and accomplishing all of their goals until they get to the place they want to be at. I think when it comes to this energy or concept of building something, whether it be success or something tangible or a relationship, you have to have patience. I think the key ingredients for building anything is like patience, determination, right? And the sense of resilience. And I think Taurus, you just naturally have that. You're just naturally talented at being very patient, being very determined, and accomplishing things at your own pace, regardless of what other people think. You're going to do it. You're going to build it. It might not be as quick as the other person, but you're going to do it at your own speed and accomplish it to its fullest potential. And in general, I think that Taurus are just skilled at all things tangible. Taurus is the money sign, right? So you are skilled at managing money. You're skilled at making money. I've honestly never met a broke Taurus. Even if you are broke, you have some plan, some scheme to make money. You're skilled at creating money, creating wealth for yourself. Even if you feel broke, you're still doing better than most people, I will say. So your skill set lies in this ability to create financial wealth for yourself, create material, tangible wealth and prosperity for yourself. And honestly, Taurus is the type of person to build a fortune, build wealth, build a legacy, build something that will last. You aren't into building sandcastles, you build mansions, right? You build things that will stand the test of time. And some other talents I feel like Taurus has is that you have this ability to really manage crisis situations really, really well. Like, you know how like when it comes to crises or chaos and things like that, some people have like that fight or flight response. And I feel like Taurus have a very stable, very grounded way of approaching problems or problem solving. I think you're very skilled at problem solving. I don't think you're the type of person to necessarily run away from your problems or just ignore them completely. I think you face them head on and really think of a practical way to solve things. I think people sleep on that ability, but it's such a key life skill that I feel like a lot of people lack, but you just naturally have it. And overall, you have this ability to really solve any problem with this sense of practicality, groundedness, and calmness. You're not going to get flustered. You're not going to like go into this chaotic episode. You're going to like literally solve things in a very grounded, level-headed way. And that's really going to be the key to your success. Okay, so let's talk about the skills and hidden talents of Gemini. Okay, so for Gemini, you have the skill and talent of communication. And I know that sounds cliche, and I know a lot of people are great at communication, but what sets you apart is that you have the ability to tap into the thought processes, tap into the perspectives of other people. Really what it boils down to is that you have a high level of social intelligence. And in general, you have a high level intelligence. People sleep on that. Not everyone has that quality about themselves, and you naturally just have that. And with this high level of social intelligence, it really comes with a sense of awareness. You are so aware of other people's perspectives. You are so aware of other people's thoughts, ideas, that you can really talk to anyone. This is what makes you so great at communication, is that you're aware of what people are thinking. You're aware of what they're going to say. You're aware of what their thought process is even like, their vibration, their thoughts, whatever, that you can just talk to literally anyone. That's Gemini's biggest gift. You can really talk to anyone from any walk of life, any demographic, any place, anytime. That is your gift. You can communicate with literally anybody. And that's a gift that's going to take you so far in life, and especially within context, within the times we're in, within social media. People, communication is such a lost art form, and you're so skilled at that naturally. And I think you have the ability to really uplift the people around you and teach other people how to communicate. I think a lot of times with Geminis, they're that person in their lives, in their family, in their friend group that are like the best communicators. They teach their friends how to communicate with them better. They teach other people how to be better through communication. And of course, when we think about it in a literal sense, obviously you're a very great speaker. You just have a way with words. So many writers, so many rappers, so many people in the communication fields are Gemini. They have Gemini placements. They have Gemini midheaven. They have Gemini north node. And this is such a great talent to have, is this ability to speak, this ability to speak clearly, to articulate your thoughts, to say what you really feel, and have people understand it. That's the other part of your gift. It's like you say things and people understand it. A lot of people just talk to talk, but I think Gemini specifically can talk in a way that other people understand it and other people relate to. And another thing I will say about Gemini is that you do have the gift of knowledge. You can learn any skill. You probably know a lot of things. You know a lot of facts, a lot of traits. You know how to do many things. You have the ability to really learn things very quickly. Maybe you learn languages quickly. You learn instruments quickly. You can just really, you're just a fast learner. That's one of your main skills. And a lot of times I feel like this can manifest as you being a very great teacher, a great professor, a great public speaker. Something where you're teaching other people and collaborating with others is really going to help you manifest these talents and gifts you have in a very productive, very successful way. Okay, so let's talk about the hidden talents for Cancer placements. Okay, so for Cancer, your biggest gift, your biggest talent is this ability to really nurture and support others. And I think Cancer, something I just really admire about Cancer placements is that they can really just tap into what you're feeling. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to even look at a Cancer for them to know what's wrong with you, for them to be very aware of your emotional state. I think Cancers have this ability to be very aware of other people. I think Cancer's skill comes in is that they're not very self-centered. Obviously it depends on your whole chart, but a lot of Cancers just have this awareness that is just not about themselves only. They have this awareness of people around them, especially on a very emotional level. And because of this awareness, it allows you to support other people. It allows you to nurture other people. You can see people's talents, you can see people's skills and help them almost pull it out of them. You pull out the best traits of people because you can intuitively sense what their traits are, what their gifts are, what their talents are. You can really sense who people truly are and bring out their best qualities because of that. And that leads me to your other gift, your other talent is this gift of intuition. Cancer's intuition is so powerful. You're the type of person where it's like, if you have a hunch about something, if you have a feeling, it's usually right. And I really recommend to Cancer placements to always trust their intuition, always trust your hunches. There's a lot of placements and signs that are very intuitive, but I feel like, with you, you can actually trust your hunches. If Cancer told me they have a feeling about something, I'll probably trust them because they have that very powerful intuition about them. And usually your hunches and intuition is never wrong. And another thing I will touch on about Cancer, and this is definitely more of a hidden talent, I think the other things I mentioned are more obvious, but this one is more hidden, is the fact you're great at money, you're great at business. Honestly, you're great at negotiating, you're great at bargaining. I think your sister sign Capricorn gets all the credit for finance, gets all the credit for being great at money and being financially savvy. But really, Cancer is excellent at that too. You can make a great business owner. You can make a great businessman. A lot of businessmen, businesswomen are Cancer placements. You know, we look at people, I think like 50 Cent. A lot of millionaires have Cancer placements. A lot of billionaires have Cancer placements. Like I said, Capricorn does get all the credit, but really you are excellent at business as well. And really, when it comes to business, you're great at negotiating, you're great at bargaining, you're great at saving. Generally, you can just be very great at money. You can just be a very shrewd business person. And honestly, you can manifest your talents and abilities I mentioned into many different careers, I guess. You can manifest them into being a counselor, being a consultant, an educator. If you want to be more on the money side of things, you can be a businessman, an entrepreneur. You're just great at really kind of tapping into the emotions of other people and pulling the best out of them. So you can be a counselor because of that, and then you're great at money too, so you can be a businessman because of that. Okay, so let's talk about the hidden talents of Leo. Okay, so Leo, of course, you are so talented when it comes to your creativity and entertainment. And I really want to emphasize this talent of creativity. I feel like Leo's creativity is so unique to them because it comes from their heart. It comes from their truest self. And when we think about ourselves, when we think about us in a very autonomous way, there's no other copy of us. There's nobody like us. So the thing with Leo placements is that they create from a place that is very much themselves, that is very much close to them. So when it comes to expressing these talents, when it comes to showing your talents to the world, people are just so amazed by you because it's only you. It can only be you. Your creativity is so uniquely you, and that is your talent. And honestly, Leo, one of your biggest skills is being center stage. I know some Leos can be shy. There's those shy Leos, right? But at the end of the day, even if you are a shy Leo, people notice you. People take note of you. People admire you when you don't even try. Like literally, Leo placements just being themselves are admired. They are inspiring to other people. People are inspired by you just really being yourself. Leos really have this talented ability to create a dynamic where it's like you are center stage, right? Like I think Leos are very comfortable with being center stage, even if they are shy, right? But when you are center stage, you feed off of the energy of the audience, not in a very parasitic way or narcissistic way, but you feed off of the energy, the admiration people give you, and in turn, you give that energy back to others. And I think something that gets very misconstrued about Leos is that people think, oh, Leos are self-centered, but at the same time, I feel like Leos are great at empowering other people. Their skilled at, you know, really recognizing other people and turning them into their best selves. And that really goes back to this dynamic I'm talking about, where it's like you do receive a lot of attention, you do receive admiration, but a very highly developed Leo will give that back to other people, inspire people, and really empower people. And that's where your true power lies. Not in the fact that you are the star, not in the fact that you do get a lot of attention, but in the fact that you take that attention and use it to empower the people that admire you. And then another skill you have, to touch back on this creativity aspect of you and this creative theme of your entire being, right? You are like the inner child. I think Leo, and with Leo, it's not like you're childish necessarily, but you're somebody who can tap into this inner purity, this inner childishness. I guess if we think about a kid isn't afraid to create things. A kid isn't like, oh, I'm not going to draw this stick figure because XYZ is thinking about, like, they're not like self-conscious like that. And I think when Leos create and show their creativity from their inner child, it's just so admirable. It's so undefeated. It's so like grand and creative. And I think that's really one of your true talents, and how to tap into that true talent is to just getting in touch with your truest self, your truest inner child. And when you're creating from this inner child, you create things that just dazzle everybody. You create things that just inspire everyone. And it empowers you ultimately, and then you can empower other people. So you just have this really unique dynamic between yourself and others, where you're able to inspire people and they admire you, and then you inspire them back. So it's like almost like a really great exchange of energy. And I think this dynamic is very unique to Leo placements, and it's really one of your biggest talents and your biggest skills in life. Okay, so let's talk about Virgo's hidden talents. So Virgo, your biggest talent and one of your hidden talents lies in the fact that you have very powerful healing abilities. Ultimately, Virgo is the sign of service. You're excellent at observing things. You're excellent at seeing the finer details, right? And because you are so observant, you can really heal other people because you can see things about them they don't see themselves. You're somebody with such a practical mindset that you can see what needs to be healed first of all, and then you create a plan to heal that. You go through the step-by-step process for healing. You're great at this healing process, right? And I feel like that's so unique to Virgo, because I think we all have awareness. Every single sign has awareness of what needs to be healed, or at least I hope so. We have this awareness, right? But I think Virgo has the ability to actually heal, to actually create a plan for facilitating the healing process. That's why I feel like Virgos excel in service-based careers. They excel as doctors, they excel as nurses, as dentists. Anything where they can really heal people one-on-one, they're great at. Even like a spiritual healer, a spiritual consultant. Anything where you're just creating order is something that you're just so talented at. And then, of course, another skill you have is this attention to detail. You see the finer details of everything, and because of that, you can create practical plans to solve things. You're an excellent problem solver. And I think the key thing with Virgo placements, in order to become a highly evolved Virgo, or a Virgo in their best form, right, is that you have to create order out of things. When Virgo is creating order, it really relieves psychological stress. That's why Virgos love fixing things. That's why they're great in service-based careers, in healing careers. Like literally them healing other people, literally them creating order out of things puts their mind at rest. It really turns them into the best version of themselves, because creating order is really what satisfies their soul at the end of the day. And ultimately, your talent is creating order. Your talent is healing others. Your talent is healing things. It doesn't have to be people. It could just be creating order in life is your true talent. And ultimately, this talent allows you to create tangible results. I think Virgos are great at getting the job done. They're great at doing things very thoroughly, very precisely. Virgos aren't going to do things halfway, right? They're going to do things to their fullest ability, get the job done, and get the best results possible, because they are aware of the bigger picture. They are aware of what needs to be done, what needs to be healed, and what needs to be put in order. Okay, so let's talk about Libra's hidden talent. So of course, Libra, your biggest talent is that you are the mediator. You are the diplomat. You are this counselor archetype. And I really feel like Libras have this talent to communicate from point A to point B and really communicate people between two people. You're the person who can communicate one message from one person and to the other person and have the message be maintained, have the message maintain its integrity and truth. And I think the way you do this, the way you communicate between people causes so much harmony. I think Libras have the ability to bring so much harmony to the world because they communicate with so many people. And really, it's like this ability to relate to every single person. And it's almost like you're the medium for that. Because if we think about like a mundane example, if like there's a misunderstanding between two people, they can argue all day and not understand each other, right? But if you bring a Libra into the mix, a Libra is going to solve a problem just like that between two people, because they have the ability to really recognize, have this awareness of others and their problems, their thought processes, and really find that medium, that balance between two people, and create harmony because of that. And honestly, Libras do this in such an elegant way. I mean, there's so many people with Libra placements that can, you know, facilitate harmony and mediation, right? But you do it in such a graceful way. But you do it in such a graceful way, in an eloquent way, in an articulate way. You're so socially graceful. That's one of your skills, right? You can be the social butterfly. You're just so charming, so charismatic. And that's why people like you. That's why you're so likable. And because you have this charisma about you, people just, it's almost like people have no choice but to create harmony because of you, because you are harmony, like the personification of harmony itself. You're the personification of balance. And because you are that, you provide that to other people and the environments you are in. And this can really manifest, like, in terms of career and stuff. It can manifest as you being in the beauty industry, the art industry, law, politics. You're just excellent at creating something beautiful out of chaos, if that makes sense. You're great at creating harmony and balance. That's really your skill in life. And ultimately, I feel like your hidden talent is the ability to uplift and energize other people. Like I said, you're great at mediation, right? You're great at causing harmony, right? But you're great at uplifting people because you have that awareness of other people. I think that's the key thing with Libra. You have the awareness of other people. You're not just purely self-centered. I know a lot of people think like Libras are self-centered, and some of them are, but the highly evolved Libra can see other people, recognize their identity, recognize how they fit into certain dynamics, and uplift them based on that, empower them based on that, energize other people because they have this recognition of who they truly are. And ultimately, you really do bring confidence to other people. That's another hidden talent I think people don't realize, is a Libra will make you feel very confident about yourself because, like I said, they have the skill of recognizing other people around them. They're not purely self-centered. They can recognize you, your talents, and pull that out of you. They have this incredible ability to empower other people, empower their audience, and really energize them and bring confidence to other people. Okay, so let's talk about the hidden talents of Scorpio placement. So with Scorpio placements, you truly have this talent, this skill, this gift of making the intangible tangible. And what I mean by this is that Scorpio has the skill of really delving into the minds of others, delving into the darker parts of life, right? And bringing something material out of it, bringing something to light from the darkness. And you really have this very keen sense of discernment. It doesn't just have to be with like people's thoughts. It can be with like a situation or, I don't know, some certain dynamic. You can really discern certain pieces of something and then pull what you need out of it. And this is really why I think Scorpios make like good psychologists, right? Or good crime investigators. They can really see, like, where most people see like a big chaotic mess, you see something that has clarity. You have the discernment to see the clarity in the chaos, right? And then pull what you need out of that. Pull something material out of something so chaotic. Because you have this ability of discernment and transmutation, you can really empower others. You know what makes people tick. You know their deepest insecurities. You know their deepest thoughts, their desires. Just because you're so intuitive and you have such a keen sense of observation and discernment that you can just pull the best versions out of people because you just see it naturally when they can't even see it themselves. And I really think that highly evolved Scorpios use their powers, right, for good. I think Scorpio is definitely an energy where it can go both ways. Like I said, you can see people's insecurities, but instead of using that for like manipulation or narcissism or whatever, you use it to empower people, then you will be a very powerful person yourself. And I think that is something that Scorpio really like prioritizes, is a sense of power. They want control, they want power, right? But the way you get that power is by empowering other people. You don't get it by manipulating people. You don't get it by being some narcissist or something. You get it by truly empowering people and tapping into their power allows you to tap into your power. And really, going back to this sense of discernment, I think something that is really paired with that, and something that is another great skill of yours, is that you are very thorough, you are very determined. I think people sleep on that. People don't realize that, like, Scorpios are very ambitious. It's almost sort of like Taurus energy, right? Your sister sign, where you have a goal, you have something you want to do, something you want to complete. You're so determined to accomplish that goal. You're so determined to accomplish whatever you're thinking of. And you really can accomplish anything because you have such a keen sense of discernment, thoroughness, and ability to really discern something from chaos. And then additionally, you're excellent at transformation. Obviously, Scorpio is known for transformation. That's like the cliche about you guys. But I think the key part of the transformation aspect with you guys is that you aren't afraid to start over. You aren't afraid to be the phoenix. You aren't afraid to burn the house down, right? And then rebuild the entire thing and really have this unwavering determination through the whole thing. I think Scorpio is such a good personification of the phoenix. Just this whole death and rebirth process you're so skilled at. Most people cannot hang, you know? Most people cannot do that and survive and be as strong as you are. But it's almost like dying and being reborn empowers you. And because you have that power within yourself, you can empower others. And when you empower others, you're even more powerful yourself. On this whole aspect of empowering others, I think how this can manifest in the mundane sense and like in the real world, your everyday life, is that you can be a great psychologist, a great banker, a great, why did I do quotes? A banker. You can be like a tax broker. You can be someone who deals with other people's money, other people's assets, a financial advisor. Anything where you're empowering other people, dealing with other people's assets or even money, you will be very skilled at. That's your natural talent. That's your natural gift. If you do things like that, you probably won't fail because it's naturally within you to excel in that area. Okay, so let's talk about the hidden talents of Sagittarius. So with Sagittarius, you are the truth seeker. That is your talent. You have this ability to really strive for the truth, strive for justice, strive for like the larger overarching truths of life. And you have this talent of having such an objective awareness of life, awareness of, and I'm really talking about like in a very spiritual sense. You have this awareness of life in a very spiritual sense, in a very, almost like, I don't know, you see the bigger picture. That is your gift. Sometimes we get so caught up in the mundane aspects of life. And there's so many people, so many signs that just get so caught up. They dig themselves in holes. They can't see like 10 feet in front of them or 10 feet behind them, right? But you have the ability to see above it all, to see all of it and recognize the truth within it. And I think your real gift in all of this is that you're not afraid of it. Some people are so deathly afraid of the truth, deathly afraid of what really is going on, right? But you aren't afraid of it, right? You have this optimistic outlook on life, true, but at the same time, you're not afraid to face things. You're not afraid to see what life really truly is. And you have this very adventurous spirit about life. And I think because you have such a great awareness, a great objective awareness, you can see probable outcomes. You can almost tell the future, right? Because you just have this greater scope of everything, that you can just see the outcomes before they even happen because you have an awareness of everything that's happening at once. You really have this expanded perspective of life. And overall, you are very spiritually aware. And another thing I will say, and this taps more into like your skill set, is that you are very audacious. You are very ambitious. You're not afraid to start things. You're not afraid to go after what you want. You're somebody who sees yourself as a winner. And winning in general is something that matters a lot to you. You prioritize being the best. And this is really one of your skills at life. You're excellent at being the best. You're excellent at striving for the top. And you're excellent at being ambitious and audacious about winning. And because you're so ambitious and not afraid to take on life, you have so many adventures, you have so many experiences, and this contributes to your wisdom. Sagittarius people have so much wisdom about them because they have so many experiences. We can be very book smart, right? We can read a million books, we can be very logical, we can be very intelligent, quote unquote, but Sagittarius really has that life experience. They have that life wisdom. They have that knowledge they gain from all the experiences they have. And really, that's your unique skill. Not every sign can do that. Not every person can do that or have those experiences. And, I think we all have experiences, but for you, you gain wisdom from your experiences. And then you have the ability to take this wisdom and give it to other people and inspire people. People find you very inspiring. People want to listen to you. You're a great speaker. You're a great orator. You're a great preacher, professor. Anything where you're teaching others, it's very impactful. And that's really one of your talents. And ultimately, if we think about it like in a mundane sense, in a day-to-day life, as a career or whatever, you can be a great motivational speaker, a great lawyer, a great spiritual leader. Overall, you're just a great leader because you have these experiences, you have this knowledge, this wisdom about you that is just very inspiring to other people. Okay, so let's talk about the hidden talents of Capricorn. So Capricorn, you have this talent and skill of being the boss. I will say that Capricorns are very skilled in leadership positions. Not everyone can be a leader, not everyone is good at being a leader, but you are. And we see this play out in like real life. There's so many people in leadership positions, true, but are they great leaders? Do they lead people well? Do they improve the, the quality of society or humanity in any way? And oftentimes the answer is no, but I feel like with Capricorns, they are great leaders. They do improve people. They improve the masses in such a way that is unique to them. And I think it's because you have such an awareness of the bigger picture. We always talk about Capricorns, they make 5-year plans and they're always thinking about the future. But that's really their skill, their talent, their gift. Not everyone can do that. They have this ability to see the larger picture and make very concrete, realistic goals based on that. And not only do they make these goals, they create plans to achieve these goals. These are people kind of similar to Taurus, I would say, where it's like you are the master builder. You're excellent at, building things, building something to last, building a legacy, constructing your goals into reality. I think really one of your biggest skills is working towards a specific goal, which sounds very mundane, but I think a lot of people struggle because they get so distracted. They get so, they make a goal for themselves and then forget about it and then don't complete it. But with you have tunnel vision. You see that goal, you're going to complete it. We think about Capricorn as like the goat, right? The goat climbs the mountain no matter what. So you're the person who sees the top of the mountain and you're going to climb it no matter what. You have that determination, you have that resilience, that patience, that discipline to accomplish every goal you set out for yourself. And I think that's your biggest talent, or your hidden talent, is accomplishing anything you set your mind to. And I think something that is more hidden about you guys that isn't necessarily very obvious is that you are very resilient. I think that's what a lot of people don't see about Capricorns. The thing with Capricorns is that they do achieve a lot of success in their life. There's a lot of Capricorn millionaires, billionaires. They're great at money, right? We see Capricorns as success, right? But we don't see the fact that they've been knocked down. They've experienced very harsh conditions. A lot of times Capricorns don't have the cushiest life. They don't have a life that everything was just handed to them. They work very hard for every single thing they have. And it's because they have this resilience. They've developed this almost bulletproof shell, I guess, or resilient spirit about themselves that, they can really persevere through anything. They've experienced everything, so they know how to achieve success even in the harshest conditions or under a lot of pressure. And then on a mundane sense, your hidden talents can allow you to be an entrepreneur. They can allow you to be a manager, a project manager, any type of boss, really. It can allow you to be that. Okay, so let's talk about the hidden talents of Aquarius. With Aquarius, I think your biggest talent is that you have this ability to improve humanity. And with the archetype of Aquarius, you're somebody who has humanitarian goals. You could be somebody who has an ideal for society, and you're skilled at accomplishing these goals and improving society based on the goals you set out. And you really have these idealistic causes you believe in. And I think that's why, society needs Aquarius. I know Aquarius is the most rare sign, right? But when we do have an Aquarius, when we're gifted with an Aquarius person, they improve us in some way. They improve the collective. They improve the masses. I think this is such a gift that you have, is because, there's signs that specifically empower other people one-on-one, right? But with you, you empower everybody. You empower the masses, the collective, your community, humanity at large. And I think another skill you have that is so unique to you is that you bring your creativity to the public. You bring these innovative ideas to the public. We think about somebody like, what is his name? Elon Musk. He brought society Tesla. There's other Aquariuses in history that just bring such innovative ideas to the public. And you just have this very electric creativity. It's like this creativity nobody has ever seen before. I think Aquarius will set trends that no one has ever done, do things that no one has ever seen. And it's because you have this unique quality about you. And the things that you do, the trends you do set, the creativity you do bring to the public, ultimately improves the public, ultimately improves humanity. I think we see in society so many people that, set trends and do things right on a public scale, but does it improve people? Not really. But with you, it improves and brings the quality up of humanity. Oftentimes your talents and abilities, like on a mundane level, on an everyday level, and career wise, this can manifest as you being like a scientist, you being an astrologer, you being like a, mechanical technician. You can even be like a computer expert. Anything having to do with technology or, cutting edge science, astrology, spirit science, things like that, you do excel in. These are fields where it's like you can bring something to the world, bring something impactful to the world because of these channels. Okay, so let's talk about the hidden talents of Pisces. Okay, so with Pisces, your hidden talent is that you are a master manifester. Pisces very much exist in the spirit realm, right? You exist in your own world. You exist in your imagination. You exist on these planes of existence other people just do not have access to, but you have access to. And this prompts you to be excellent at manifesting your dreams. And I think the biggest challenge Pisces faces in life is that sometimes you get lost in these fantasies, lost in your imagination, lost in these different levels of consciousness, right? But when you master that ability, which you do have, master that ability to create your dream life, then that's when you're so, so powerful. And you really have this power and talent to create your dream life, to create your own world. You literally live in your own world most of the time, and you have this ability to make it a reality, to make it something that is actualized, make it something that is tangible. You have the gift of making these intangible, grand ideas tangible. And you're great at just manifesting everything you want into reality. This also boils down to you just carrying out your vision. I think Pisces have a lot of visions. They just have this vision maybe for society, humanity, this vision for other people. What I'm saying doesn't just apply to you yourself only. You have a lot of visions for the collective at large. And you have the ability to carry out this vision, which is a very unique talent that you have. And it's a talent that not everyone has. Like, everyone can imagine things, everyone has dreams and ideas, but you actually have the ability to actualize them and make them a reality. And then on a mundane level, like how this can manifest in a career is that you can be an artist, you can be somebody very artistic, you can be magician. You can be a musician. Anything having to do with the art realm, it's like almost like you can create art and it becomes reality. You can create movies, create films, things like that, where it's like this fantasy world, but somehow you bring it to reality.